This video tutorial looks at the mathematical strand of measurement, and more specifically we focus on perimeter and circumference.
Okay, so what is perimeter? Well, essentially the perimeter is the length of the outside of the shape. So the length all the way around, and to calculate this, you simply just add the different lengths until you get back to where you started from. So as an example, if you want to look at the rectangle that we have here, we have a long side of 30 meters, and we have two of those. So we have 30 plus 30, and we have two shorter sides of 10 meters plus 10 plus 10, and that would give us a total of 80 meters for our perimeter. Now, something else you may be asked to measure is the circumference of a circle. Now, the circumference of a circle is essentially the same name or another name as the perimeter of a circle. It's essentially the length of a circle, or the length around a circle. For example, if you look at our diagram here, it says the circumference is all the way around, okay? And the circumference is given to us by a formula. Now we can either use the formula of 2 times pi times r, and pi is just your pi button. R is our radius, which is from the middle to the outside, or we can use the formula of pi times d. And d represents our diameter, and the diameter is from one side of the circle straight through the middle to the other side. So let's have a look at some example questions for perimeter. The first question says, what is the perimeter of a rectangle with sides 4 meters by 8 meters? So here's our rectangle. We have 4 meters on the shorter sides and 8 meters on the longer sides. We simply just add them together. So the long sides, we have 8 meters, and we have 4 meters for the shorter sides, and that's going to give us a total of 24 meters. The next question says, what is the circumference of a circle with a radius of 7 meters? Now remember that circumference is 2 times pi times r. Alright, in this particular case our radius is 7, so this is just going to be 2 times pi times 7, and we can put that into our calculator because we don't know pi, so we're just going to use the pi button. 2 times pi times 7, and that's going to give us 43.98 meters. This next question says, what is the perimeter of the following shape? Now we've essentially been given most of the measurements here. However, there is one that we haven't been given the measure of, and that's this length here. So we need to figure out what that length is. If this length is 3.4 centimeters, and that length there is 2, and that's 1, then our green length, let's change the color to green, must be whatever's left over. 2 plus 1 is 3, the total of 3.4, therefore this must be 0.4, obviously not drawn to scale. However, now we've got all our measurements, we can simply add them up. Let's start with, we have 3.4 centimeters. Oh, I better just put my units in. It's all in centimeters, that's great. So 3.4 centimeters plus 2.5, so I'm going to go this way, plus 2, plus 6, plus 1, plus 3, plus 0.4, plus 5.5, and that will give us our answer. Now if we put that all into a calculator, so that's not 143, that's plus 3, we would have 3.4 plus 2.5 plus 2 plus 6 plus 1 plus 3 plus 0.4 plus 5.5, and that's going to give us an answer of 23.8 centimeters. Okay, so here are some practice questions I'd like you to have a go at. Please feel free to pause the video. Once you think you've got all the answers, continue the video and we'll see how you went. Okay, so let's see how you went. The first question says, what is the perimeter of a square with sides of 6 meters? Now we know that a square, all the sides are the same, all 6 meters. Therefore, our perimeter is going to be 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is going to give us an answer of 24 meters. Second question, what is the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 16? Now remember that the circumference is pi times d. Now if we put that into our calculator as pi times 16, we're going to get an answer of 50.27 centimeters. And the last question says, what is the perimeter of the following shape? Now we just need to add all these shapes together. I'm going to start with the 8, I'm then going to add a 5, I'm then going to add a 10, I'm then going to add a 2.5, and I'm going to add a 3.1. And therefore my perimeter is going to be all of these .6 centimeters.